Happy Sunday. Yay. Another beautiful Sunday. Let me go ahead and adjust this camera here. All right. So, like I said, happy Sunday, you guys. And those of you that are new to the chat, if you don't know, I am Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me, my links are down below, especially check out my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. But we are going to be diving into our weekly reading. So, have some tarot decks lined up for us, as well as, doing what I'd like to do best, which is channeling. But anyway, welcome everyone. Looks like Susie's here. Yay! She says, hope everyone is having a beautiful weekend. Yes, yes. Well, let's see. Last week, I was I was in shorts because it was so warm. Today is also really warm, but all of a sudden we went from hot weather to it like snowed like a foot of snow overnight. And then it went back to being warm. So it's warm again and all the snow is melting. But it was just like so weird where it was hot. And then we look out the window and we're snowed in. So I tried to take the Jeep into town because we had some packages to drop off at the post office. And we have a really steep kind of craggy hill. We don't really have roads out here. They're just sort of roads because people travel them. And so it like flattens the ground a little bit, but it's not real roads. And so we have this like craggy hill. And I mean, I had it in four-wheel drive and I didn't really want to put the chains on the Jeep, and the Jeep didn't make it up all the way up the hill. Um, I tried to put the recovery boards and everything, and I just needed a little bit more traction. So I was like, oh, I don't want to put the chains on. So actually, I put it in reverse all the way back down the hill, and then I turned around and came home. And we just ended up going into town the next day, but it was just like it was really deep snow, and I was like, I think the Jeep can make it. And if there was no hills, the Jeep would have done fine. But I'm like refusing to put chains on, and now we're fine. I mean, obviously, you can tell that the snow is mostly melted, and my tires do well in mud, or even just like really hot dry weather, or even some snow. But like when we get to over a foot of snow, um yeah, then gonna need some chains. But anyway, um let's see. Susie said the wind kicked our butts yesterday. So weird here too. Yep. And actually we had a ton of wind yesterday. There was a bunch of chemtrails being put up in the wind. We noticed that when they put a lot of chemtrails, it tends to kick up our wind and blow everything to the east, because all our wind was oddly coming from the west, from California, I guess. And as I look up now, yes, all that haze that you see up there, that's all chemtrails. Once again, we did have blue skies this morning, but they're predicting another storm, another freak snowstorm on Tuesday. They can even tell us what time they're going to have that snowstorm. Interesting. Liesel, hey girl, how are you? Says the city turned off everyone's gas, no explanation. So pilot lights went off, and now my water heater isn't working, but I'm working on getting a new one. But I will call them first. Gas is back on. Yeah, I heard that there's like this war on propane right now, that people shouldn't have gas stoves. And it's probably because that would make people self-sufficient, and we don't want people to be doing that. Let's see. Crazy bunny lady, hey, hey, how are you? And F Dask is here. Hello, hello. Angela Hayes is wow, we am actually catching a live. How exciting for me. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Susie said, oh, maybe that is it. Yes. Wow, so many awesome homies in here today. Well, you guys, why don't you, while I get started here, go grab your decks if you're going to be pulling some cards with us. That's why I'm doing these live chats, because I like reading for you guys, but I like you guys to pull down some messages as well, read the cards as well, or channel some messages. Hey, hey, so that we get a more well-rounded look into our week, and just any information that we need as a collective. I think it's better when we all have our input. So, okay, all set up. I even have my solar charger going, just in case we run out of battery juice. Lisa said, yeah, I have a massive chemtrails here today. It's unusually sunny, surprisingly. Yeah, they're messing with Mama Nature's weather, and I think uh, well, probably topic for another discussion, but I think they're doing a little bit of overkill, and that's just gonna tick her off, you know. So, Alexa, hey, it's my birthday today! Yay! You know what? We need a little happy birthday then. Okay, let me have a little bit of tea, and then we need to wish Alexa a happy birthday. It's been a while since I've been able to sing anybody a happy birthday in here. Always remember that if it's your birthday or the week of your birthday, let me know. I'll do a little happy birthday for you. And thank you, loving the sunnies. It is kind of bright out here actually. So I was like, I'm like sunglasses or no sunglasses. I can't see you guys. All right, Alexa, here we go. You ready? Actually, let me undo my sweater a little bit. It is kind of warm actually. All right, Alexa, a one, a two, a one, two, three. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alexa. Happy birthday to you. Boop, 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 be doop. All right, many more on channel 4. Everybody wishing Alexa happy birthday. So nice. Angela, so what exactly are these chemtrails? And oh, happy birthday. Well, I could show you actually. So let me undo this real quick so I don't yank everything. All right, thank you. Susie is explaining them. But if you look up into the sky and you see those lines up there, and actually you can see some more right there. They're different than kind of the vapor trails that are usually left by jets that disappear almost instantly. These ones stay in the sky, and while they stay in the sky, they start to expand and expand and expand. And as they do, they create this haze that you see, lessening the intensity of the sun. And there are some places that have banned, I guess, chemtrails, even though it's like, don't you know what's going on in your own sky? Another, I guess it was certain countries that came out and said, "Oh yes, we're doing it, but we're putting out chemtrails to help fight global warming or climate change or whatever new term they're using." And then other people are just denying it. They're like, "Nope, you don't see anything up there." So but you know, it doesn't explain why all of a sudden it's like there's clouds and then all of a sudden there's bad weather and all of a sudden the sun isn't as hot anymore. So interesting. Ask questions, folks. Ask questions. Um, let's see. Susie says it is geoengineering in quotes. Wink, wink. Alexa loved it. Excellent. This is weather modification. Yes. Silver Star. Hey, Silver Star is wishing Alexa a happy birthday as well and saying hello to all the folks that are in here. Yes, and beautiful, beautiful morning. Nice and warm. The birds are chirping. It's lovely. It's nice to see actually all the little birdies out. So, okay, I have a couple of things before I dive into our weekly stuff. I have a couple of goodies that we have in Desert Cauldron. They're not up on our Etsy shop yet, but we've been trying to post things to our Instagram first so that our Instagram homies can maybe get first dibs on all the things that we got in Tucson. But eventually, yes, we'll put them onto our website. Okay, so I only have a few pieces of this, but I really love blues. I mean, you can see it matches my glasses, but any type of kind of that turquoisey type blue. I just love blue stones. It actually, I have an aquamarine that James gave me a while back that I'm wearing. So I love my blues. And this happens to be tiger tail chrysocolla. And like I said, we have a few of these that are in Desert Cauldron, but chrysocolla, it's, well, if you don't know, it forms kind of you'll find it in like mines where there used to be water and lakes, and you'll usually find it near malachite. So it has not only that healing, heart opening quality to it, but it's also connected to our throat chakra. And this being the bright blue that it is, just to me is very much opening up your truth and who you are, your authenticity, not who your ego thinks you are, but who you really are, that light that really does shine and helps others and helps to bring everybody together and helps you to move forward in your path. Man, chrysocolla. I have a ton of chrysocolla, like for personally, for me, I just love it. But this is tiger tail chrysocolla, which personally, I don't have any pieces of this. So I love trying and working with new types of chrysocolla. And this comes from Sonora, Mexico. So Sonora is actually where many of my dad's mother's side of the family comes from, where actually my nana comes from is Sonora. And I have another little goodie here. I picked up a few of these, and these are little scarabs from Egypt. And there was a guy that he was selling a bunch of things from Egypt, and he said that there was a warehouse of stuff from like 20 years ago where this guy had passed away, and he got to obtain this guy's warehouse full of trinkets and things from Egypt. And so these little scarabs are actually carved out of stone from Egypt. And I tried translating the bottom part here because like Egyptology and all of that was just something I was obsessed with since I was probably like 3 years old. And so I realized that the hieratic form of hieroglyphics is what's written on the back here. And it does say that there was kind of a boy, a royal boy that was born. I think this is kind of referring to Tutankhamun, or Tutankhamen. But the royal boy is born and all the stars aligned. It was a beautiful day. It was a perfect day. And on that perfect day, he became king. So, yeah. And then we have the little hieroglyph for scarab actually carved right onto the scarab. So I slept with this under the pillow last night. I like to try to meditate with the crystals that we're selling, sleep with them under my pillow, take them with me for a day or two, see how I feel so that I can kind of report back and say, this is what I learned from the crystals. So I really like to get to know them on a personal basis. James does the same thing. So, anything that we sell, we want to make sure that it's got some good juju. It's got some helpful vibes with it. So, ooh, scepter. Guys, check this out. Veracruz Amethyst Scepter. This is actually in James's shop. And I almost wore my Veracruz today. And then I was like, you know what? We're going aquamarine. But woohoo! I like its little friend down here. Ooh, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's some rainbows right in there. Gorgeous. Crown chakra to the max. There we go, just raising the vibes with some Christies this morning. All right. Okay, I'm gonna put these over here so they can catch some sun. Perfect. All right, let me go back here. Um, oh, missed some of your comments here. Oh, Kayla's here. Excellent. Oh, dude, we just got a blue jay flyby. Literally almost touched the camera. It was so close. Silver Star said, "Harp is a thing." Wink. Angela said, "I live near an army base and they are always in the skies here daily, almost for years." Wow. My goodness. Wow, so many awesome people coming in. Alexa was saying, what a beautiful stone. Lisa loving it as well. Crazy Bunny Lady said that stone looks stunning. Silver Star says, I love that crystal. Love blue crystals. Me too. I mean, I have crystals of all colors, but I have a thing for blue. And well, it's connected to that throat chakra. And what do I do a lot of? Communicating, talking. So I suppose they're kind of helping me out there to communicate more effectively, clearly, as sometimes I am a bit scattered when I speak. Angela's saying, so pretty. Oh, another flyby, you guys. I hope you guys could see all these birds. They're doing flybys for you guys. Silver Star says, "Why I got blue in my hair. Hey." Um, Sue said, "That is neat. Yes, Egypto. That is me." Crazy bunny lady saying, "So cool." And she said, "Oh, I'm just oohing and eyeing at everything here." And Angela said, "That is amazing. Shadowlands, how are you? What is up?" um, Shadowland said, "I recently moved out of my mom's house." Excellent. Where are you living now? Did you move states, cities, or are you still close by? Angela said, "I love your happiness. It is wonderful." Well, thank you. Well, I don't want to come on here and be a buzzkill for you guys. Lisa said, "It is 1717 here. My number." Excellent. All right. First off, let's uh let's shout out some love here. Um, You guys may have noticed in the chat all those wonderful people that have colored cat heads next to their name. Some of them also have the wrench of of leadership also next to them. Those are my moderators. But the ones with the colored cat heads, there's different chakra colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And those are actually my YouTube members. So those are people that help to support the channel and what I do here. And I deeply appreciate their love, their support. They're always, sending messages. I've become good friends with many of them. You guys are amazing. Silver Star is actually posting the emojis that are only for my YouTube members. So they get specific emojis to hang out and use on here. Um, Shadowland says, "I'm still in the same city, renting a room at a friend's place with my boyfriend." Excellent. Excellent. That sounds cool. um, I was in a situation like that too. And I like because there was always something fun, always some gossip, some places to go. All right, so Lisa also busting out the emojis, Kayla, so you guys can see all of them. Susie, so yes, Susie, thank you so much for being a YouTube member. Liesel, thank you so much. Heather and Kayla and Jamie, and we have another Jamie as well, Jamie Lynn. So thank you guys so very much. Love you guys to bits. But also, yes, I love my patrons as well. So over on Patreon, I have different tiers that people could sign up for, with the lowest being just a dollar a month. Definitely helps because this is what I do for a living. It is my sole source of income, is doing my healings, my readings, my live chats, all of those things. And by the way, thank you for everybody who's gotten a reading from me. I truly appreciate it. I love doing the channeled readings as well. Yesterday, or actually no, today I'm going to be working on a mediumship reading and packaging up some goodies for Kayla. But yeah, my Patreon members, I have specific Patreon only live chats that I do with them once a month. I have monthly meditations. I have weekly guidances that I do. I have monthly crystal grids and weekly just crystal goodness. Those of you guys that are all into crystals, and lots of other things. So if you guys are interested, definitely go check it out. The link is down below. But I want to thank Surian and Brandy and Samara and Kirsten and Kayla and Jason and Charles and Brian and Jamie again, Alexandra and Dana. Thank you guys very, 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 very much. Love you guys as well. So yeah, I want to shout out some love there. And yes, to all of my YouTube subscribers, love you guys. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so that you know when we're having these live chats and you can hang out with us and have a good time. And let me know when your birthday is so I can always sing you happy birthday. Anywho, okay, so here are my notes for today. All my stuff lined up, and the viewers, or sorry, the special question that you guys voted on. If you don't know what that is and you're new to the channel, I have a poll that I post usually on Thursdays, and it's 4 questions, and you choose the question that you like best, and whichever question has the most votes, that's the question that I answer during the live chat. And so I poll the public poll. I also poll my YouTube members, and I poll my Patreon group. So if you're on Patreon or you're a YouTube member or you're both, you technically get multiple votes. So let's see, let's go back here. Shadowlands said, "Oh, my friend's daughter gave me a dog for Christmas." Oh, what kind of dog? What's the names? Boy, girl? Oh, it's so sweet. We are thinking about getting a dog here as well. I don't think we're ready for a cat yet or a kitten because we do need a lot more space and to make sure that the cat is safe because it is very wild out here. Usually bigger dogs can take care of themselves here for the most part, but a little kitten, I don't want to put it in danger. So eventually we'll get a cat, but we just need to make it a little bit more safe up here. um, Shadowland says he's an applehead chihuahua and his name is Copperpot. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Copperpot makes me think of the Goonies. No? Alrighty. Okay, let's take a look at the notes here. All right, we do have to cast our elemental circle. Let's see. I want to use... James, do you still have your Veracruz?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll use it for a wand.
Okay.
Okay.
Or do you want a different one?
Whichever looks pretty awesome. Oh,
That's the same one.
thank you. All right. So I'm going to use this for our wand today to cast our elemental circle. I don't know. I'm feeling some pretty good vibes off of this one. So, and the fact that it's double terminated. Take a look at that. Just spreading good juju everywhere. Let's see. Susie said that is a good name. Silver Star says that's what I was thinking, Tara. Might gotten eaten. I was wondering about that. Don't ask me why I thought about it. we're on the same wavelength here. And everybody's saying hello to James. Okay, so let's go ahead and call in the elementals, but also calling in the elements. So first of all, just kind of tapping into the element of fire, which is right up here. We got that lovely orb in the sky, the sun, and just asking it to burn away, not only the chemtrails here, but to burn away anything that no longer serves us, anything that will block our intuition or for our ability to bring down great messages for everyone here. So let's tap into that element of fire. And as I feel the breeze on my cheek, also tapping into the element of air, that wind energy as it comes through here, just blow away any and all things that no longer serve us. Let it be carried on the wind. And as my feet are firmly planted in the snow and rocks, we have the element of water and earth actually right beneath my feet. You guys can see it here. So with our snow, this frozen water, maybe it could not only help to wash away, but to freeze anything that no longer serves us so that it can get melted away and washed away with any and all things that are not for our best and highest good, that are no longer in alignment with us. And that wonderful earth energy, like I said, beneath my feet, all the rocks and clay and soil and caliche and all of that, helping to ground us so that we can better connect to those messages and relay them to our friends here. All right, so starting at the north, calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Our circle is cast, let our work begin, and so it is. All right. Dude, lovely energy, by the way. And I'm not just saying that because this is one of James's crystals, but no, seriously. It's really good energy. Okay, missed some of your comments. Let me come back and see them here. Superstar said, crap, I'll be right back. Okay, no worries. This is okay. Got to grab my daughter, so I'll be lurking for a few. Yes, drive safe, drive safe. This is thank you. At least it's right around the corner. Okay, well that works. Shadowlands. I love your emojis. Those are freaking cool. And Susie said, and so it is. All right, guys. Oop. Just fixing my little microphone here. Alrighty. So let's go in with our Mayan date for the week. So, if you don't know, I'm a Mayan astrologer. I also teach Mayan astrology over at the Leon Mystery School, where I am the headmistress. And you can find a link for that through my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. But I do believe I have the direct link to the Leon Mystery School. So, if you're interested, take a look at all the instructors and what courses they teach, see what you're interested in. And then I have a little spreadsheet where you just sign up there, tell me what course you're interested in, and then you go ahead and purchase the number of courses that you would like to take. Most take one, but the more courses that you do take, you get a discount on it. So just so you know. Okay, but today's date is 11 Eb, and Eb is the road of life. It's called the traveler. And so, yes, it could be the physical roads that we are driving on, but it also could be our life path. And the number 11 is considered a high number in the Trasena because the Trasena is a 13-day week. So 11 is getting up there. The higher the number, the more energy that's behind that number. And the number 11 is considered a neutral number. So it's neither a positive number nor a negative number. It goes where you want to go. And so depending on where you want to take today, whether you want to take it in a certain direction emotionally, physically, mentally, energetically, your energy that goes into it is going to be amplified. So let's say you're kind of emotionally down in the dumps, but you're wanting to work on it and you're wanting to kind of figure out where certain emotions are coming from so you can heal, you can move on. Know that all that energy behind it will be amplified. Same also goes for if you are kind of down in the dumps and you want to continue to be down in the dumps, then that energy will be amplified as well. Not to say that we should be happy-go-lucky all the time, but we should definitely take a look at our emotions, where they're coming from, why they're coming up for us, so that we can heal them and move on. And the number 11 will help us do that today with 11M. As we go on throughout the week before we hit Saturday, Saturday is actually going to be for Itzna, but it's going to be a part of a brand new Tresena, and that brand new Tresena is going to be in the week of men. No, men doesn't talk about man or males. Men is the name for the eagle, having that higher perspective, that broader perspective, being able to look at all angles, all variables and factors within a situation or within your life. And so we take that broad perspective and we bring that into Saturday, which would be for Itznab. And Itznab is known as the obsidian knife. And we know that the obsidian knife, which we actually do sell obsidian knives in Desert Cauldron, but it can be used to hurt or it could be used to heal. So just like a doctor cutting through something to help heal a patient, or you think of somebody who's in a fight and they want to hurt someone or inflict pain, it can be used that way. So it's double-edged sword, basically. But the number 4 is a very stable number. So depending on, again, how you want to wield your knife or how you want to wield your sword, make sure that you have all the information possible. Make sure you have that men perspective, that broader perspective before you start digging around and poking and prodding and stabbing and cutting, so make sure you ground yourself before you take a look at what it is that you're going to heal or what it is that you want to attack, basically. All right, so let's go back here. Ooh, roots and waves. Hello, hello. Everybody saying hello to Ange. Good morning. All right. Okay. And then coming to many of you, your favorite topic, herbs. All right. So I have some herbs here. This is called wild endive root. This is basically chicory. But roots and herbs and things like that usually go by many different names. But in its dried form, kind of unexciting, but definitely best used in decoctions. So you're probably wondering, what is a decoction? Well, when you're making tea, like I have here in my little tea mug, normally we just put the tea leaves in, or put it in your little strainer, you pour the hot water, 5 minutes later, boom, you have some tea. Well, when you're doing a decoction, which usually is something that you want to do with a thicker herb or a root like this, you want to make sure that you're extracting all of the nutrients, or what it is that you want to get from it. So you can do a hot decoction or you can do a cold infusion decoction. So a decoction is putting the root into a pot of boiling water, let it actually boil down to about half. So let's say you had 2 cups of boiling water, it would boil down to a cup, so that it really becomes saturated with the nutrients that the root has to offer. And then you would drink that. If you were going to do a cold infusion or a cold decoction, you would do something similar, except you would put it into cold water, and that cold water would actually infuse overnight. So you can leave it in the refrigerator. Some people like to do sun brews, so they leave it out in the sun and then they put it in the refrigerator. But basically, it takes hours and hours and hours for it to infuse and take out everything that is from those nutrients from the root. So you could do it that way as well. But definitely, let me tell you about this first before you start drinking cups and cups of chicory, because it is a laxative. So just so you guys know, it is a mild laxative. So if you're having some tummy troubles and you're looking to bring in the flow, chicory is actually really good for that. But hold on, let me have some tea here. This is not chicory, by the way. Wink, wink. This is actually my best friend's mango tea that she sent me from Belgium. So it's got a very tropical, fruity flavor to it. But all right, this is really good for decreasing swelling, so you can have it in small amounts. I would say mix it with a lot of other herbs. And like I said, it does have a mild laxative effect to it. So just be very careful. It is good for heart health. Those people that may have had a little bit of indigestion after a meal, chicory is really good for it. High blood pressure helps to kind of lower that. But this actually has a lot of beta carotene in it. So hey, those of you looking to get some more vitamins and minerals into your life, this is really good for that. On the magical side, those of you that are still kind of working with that love energy that a lot of people were working with in the month of February, this is really good. And it's also really good for sex magic. Those of you that like to add a little bit of extra oomph to your spells in that form, chicory, really good for it. So just so you know. All right, so let's go ahead and put that aside. Let me go back here and take a look at your comments. Susie said chicory, they used to use it for coffee in the Depression too. Oh, hey, didn't know that. This is hence chock full of beans. Nice. Lisa said, I always wondered, what are the properties of chicory? I always just thought it was like a fun word to say. I'm like, chicory, chicory. Alexis said, your channel has done a great job at teaching me the importance of duality and understanding the negative polarity. Can't ground with acknowledging and accepting the negative aspects of all. That is beautiful. Well, I'm glad I've been able to help. I talk about and spread all the things that I've come to learn and know, and also with these live chats, just hoping others can open up and we can all just share the things that we've learned, and be open to new ideas and learn from each other. So I'm glad that this has been a wonderful space for you guys for that. Shadowland says, do you have some suggestions on how to decalcify the pineal gland? Well, what? Uh, James always coming in with meditation. Meditation, very good. Getting in touch with your higher self, learning to distinguish between the voice of the ego and the higher self helps to decalcify the pineal gland, or pineal gland. So I keep saying pineal gland, pineal gland. Also, there are a lot of people that like to change up their drinking water because a lot of the cities' drinking water has fluoride in it. Fluoride was something that was used to control certain populations of people during World War II and today, even though it's been a lot of dentists say, oh no, fluoride is good for you, but we don't really have any studies saying that it's really that good for you or that has really any effect on your teeth, but they still put in the fluoride anyway, just to get us to think that it's a good thing. Also check your toothpaste. There tends to be sometimes fluoride in the toothpaste. Also, just looking at the things that you take in, the types of foods that you take in, making sure that they're as close to Mama Gaia as you can get them. Basically, the closer to the earth that you can get your food and water, the better it is for your pineal gland. And also getting closer to the earth is also through meditation because you got to ground yourself as well. So those are some tips from us, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot of other um, knowledge and tips that might be able to help out. Crystals as well. Yes. Oops. Veracruz amethyst. I mean, no, seriously, Veracruz amethyst. I mean, crown chakra, all up in here. This is your head area. So this is really good for that. And being able to be open to what others are speaking and speaking your truth also helps to open that pineal gland. So, hey, tiger tail chrysocolla. All right, let's go back here. Lisa said, yeah, I can remember when I was a kid in the 70s and you could buy coffee with chicory. Wow. And Susie said, yes, Lisa, I bought it for fun. And George was mad. He said, I want real coffee. Said he was teasing. Wow. And Silver Star said, consciousness consumption. Yes. Also making sure that, well, which also helps through meditation, being able to tap into the type of information that you're bringing into your reality, into your sphere, the types of YouTube channels that you listen to, the types of music that you listen to, talk radio, friends that you surround yourself with, and family members, and just all the information that we're fed. Even if you don't agree with some of the information, you're still around that energy of information. So not to say we should push certain people out, but just to be really discerning about the types of information you truly allow into your energetic field. So it's not physically pushing people away, it's just being more selective about the energy that does and does not connect with your higher self, to your own truth. All right. Let's see. What else I wanted to talk about? Ooh, yes. Let's get into our reading for this week. So, like I said, if you guys want to go ahead and grab your decks, go ahead and grab your decks or your runes or your pendulums or whatever divination device you like to use, or perhaps you just want to use the vessel that you're in and you want to channel some messages. Hey, I love my channelers out there. And let's go ahead and take a look at what this week has cooked up for us. I have actually quite a few decks here. And while you guys go grab your decks, I'll show you what I'm working with. First of all, can't be too far without my Wally's World Oracle. Susie's got the RWS today. Ooh, a raven just flew by the way. And I have the Vintage Erotic Tarot, which, by the way, I don't know why I was feeling it, but I decided I wanted to get all my nudie decks out. So they're not pornographic nudie, they're just more old art forms. And I love the human vessel. I love the human form. And to me, it's representative of being open, expressive. You're not hiding behind clothing, you're not hiding behind fashion trends, or you're just exposed. The truth is exposed for all to see. That's kind of also the reason I like my little nudie decks. So yes, the Vintage Erotic Tarot. I also have the Invisible Light Tarot. It's also a art deck. I have Le Tarot du Femme Erotiques. And I also have, lastly, this is a playing card deck, and I found it in Apache Junction in an antique store. And it's called Beautiful Art Studies, but it's 50s, like girly girl playing cards. But I love the ladies on here. They just, I love their expressions. So those are what I'm going to be working with for our reading today. Susie said, Wally's World. Hey, if you guys are interested in Wally's World, my link is down below, just so you know. Alexa is wondering how chicory tastes. Well, for me, I'm a tea drinker. I'm not really a coffee drinker. So it's it's not really for my palate. I would say it's a little on the bitter, super earthy side. So I like to mix it with other things, a lot more flowery. So I might add rose, I might add lavender, I might add hibiscus to it. Those are usually my three main flowers. Oh, and jasmine. Trying to make it a little bit more flowery, a little bit more palatable for myself. But some people just like the taste of chicory because it is pretty close to coffee, but yeah, like I said, I'm not a huge coffee drinker. um, let's see. Do Susie said art Shadowlands is using my new Moonology decks. Wow. Lisa, I'm gonna intuit today. I spent a long time in the woods this morning and a bit tired in the best way. That is freaking awesome. And she said nudie decks, cool. Susie said milder than used as coffee, sort of weak tasting. And Silver Star was saying, I've been loving my roasted dandelion. And Susie said rose would be good. Says, I drink truck driver coffee though, so we could be strong. Wow. Lisa said, yeah, it tastes like barley cup if you've ever drank it. Yeah, so like I said, it's super earthy. It's, yeah, I guess it would be kind of like a weak cup of coffee, but I'm not so into coffee. So for me, I add a ton of flowers to it. That's just me. All right. Let's see, what nudie deck do I want to use for our reading this week? Oh, what the heck? Let's go with Lettre du Femme Erotix. Alrighty. And I'll move this over here. Alrighty. What I love on the back of the cards, they say that this was it Wyatt Earp? They think that it was not Wyatt Earp, yeah. Well, one of the guys from the OK Corral. They think that it was his wife, but they say that could have been an old wives' tale. But they definitely have her picture up, some of her original pictures, up near the bird cage in Tombstone, Arizona. And actually, it was so cool to go to the bird cage and kind of look around there because it's, Tombstone's been used in a lot of movies, including the movie Tombstone. But my dad, when I was really young, he had, well, not really young, but like when I was in middle school, high school, my dad had nicknamed me Little Egypt because of our last name. And so everybody, I don't know if every family's like this, but my family, everybody has a nickname and everybody goes by that nickname. Like my dad is Big Jeepy, and his dad was Gypto, and then there was Lulu. We have Lala, we have Porky. We have all of these names. My brother's Little GP and I was Little Egypt. And so when I went to the bird cage, I found out, well, not when I went there, but like before I went there, I learned who Little Egypt actually was, that she's like an old timey Middle Eastern stripper from the bird cage. And I was like, Papa, you name, why would a stripper? Why would you nickname your daughter that? And my dad was just cracking up. He's like, I can't believe you put that on your volleyball uniform. Thanks, Dad. Anyway, yes. So when I went to the bird cage finally, and I was like looking up, and there was this huge painting of Little Egypt, and I went, "Hey, the lady I'm named after." Nice. No, really, it was awesome. It was pretty cool, and I had a nice laugh, and so I still continue. I still actually use my email. One of my emails does say Little Egypt in it, so I still go with it. Like whatever. um, let's see. Do do do. Susie says she is gorgeous. Susie, too. And the dog spirit took to George. Wow. Silver Star says, I got some peppermint leaf, chamomile, skullcap mugwort, damiana leaf, rosemary leaf, and rose petal blend tea as well. It's delicious. Holy cow, that's a bunch of good stuff. Especially with the peppermint. I bet that's delicious. Shadowland said, I got South Node and from the manifestation deck, full Gemini moon. Hey. Susie said, information may be coming, Shadowlands. Yes. Um, no worries, Silver Star. I got what you were trying to say. Susie's like, that's hilarious. All right, Eight of Wands in the flow, Lisa. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some cards then. Allow Little Egypt to pull some cards for you. Okay. All right, let's, you know what? I feel like pulling, I'm feeling like 3 cards is going to do us. All right. You guys pull as many cards as you wish. You can even pull 1 card. Or like Liesel, you can just do some downright channeling. I'd be down for that. Silver Star says, my dad wanted to name me Dominique Michelle from a horror movie in the 80s. Thank God my uncle stole it and I'm grateful. Let's name our daughter after a horror movie. Nice. um, all right. So we have the Lady of Pentacles, which would be akin to like the knight that says she earns her way. And I think that is unique because of the little phrase it always has down at the bottom of all the cards. And then we have the devil, be aware. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of wands, power rises. Okay, so let's put all of these together and see what our week has cooked up for us. All right, let's see here. So again, Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the 6 of Wands. All right, let me go into these. I guess I'll just keep the cards up for you guys. All right, you guys. So be aware or beware, as the Devil card states, of getting truly sucked into the 3D this week. You know, I know that just as humans, we kind of ebb and flow between sometimes we're having some really good spiritual moments and we're all into our higher selves and we have these mind expanding revelations, and other times we're kind of down and sucked into the 3D and, you know, oh, I don't know how I can make this happen. And we forget all about our manifestation skills. We forget all about our higher selves, our spirit, our infinite ability and our infinite possibilities. And we start to see only what the 3D matrix allows us to see. You know, our vision becomes very limited because we get very grounded actually into our ego instead of into the higher self. So I see this more coming at things from that more ego perspective, which, like I said, we're only humans, so we ebb and flow, we go back and forth, and each ebb and flow helps us to learn things. You know, we learn things when we're all ego. We learn things when we're, you know, all into our higher self. Um, but just, you know, as you're going about your weekend, you know, and thinking about your to-do lists and the things that you want to accomplish, or the money that you want to bring in, or the job that you have, if you find yourself becoming overwhelmed and stressed, and remember, our emotions are always trying to tell us something. So if the emotions aren't feeling great, you know, and you're feeling anxious or whatever it may be, that's when it's time to take a pause and ask yourself, am I fully in my ego at the moment? And how can I tell? Is it my emotions that I'm having? Are my emotions trying to tell me something? Okay, so what are my emotions trying to tell me? What is the anxiety trying to tell me? What is the panic attacks or fear or stress? What are all these things trying to tell me? Where is all of this stemming from? Okay, so I've forgotten that I am a manifester. Okay, I do remember how to manifest. All right, so then we can start taking our steps and we can lift ourselves up kind of out of that 3D mode. You know, because yes, I do understand we do live in a third dimension, but that's not where our soul resides. You know, we have access to all these infinite possibilities, these other dimensions to help aid us within the dimension that our physical body resides in. So just kind of keep in mind that, and actually that goes along with the Mayan message that I was talking about at the very beginning, that we're going into a brand new trecena. And so that's going to happen pretty early on this upcoming week, actually, in the next few days. And so that brand new trecena is going to be in the week of men, that broader perspective. So it's going to really help you from having arguments, from, you know, having a lot of the stress and anxiety and feeling like you have that 10 of wands on your shoulders. by tapping into that higher perspective. How do you tap into that higher perspective? It's what we were talking about with Shadowlands when she was asking about how to decalcify the pineal gland. It's meditation, it's grounding, it's connecting with your crystals, it's remembering that you have other tools at your disposal along with our 3D tools. So we have tools beyond this realm that you guys can utilize. So help gain that broader perspective so that you can more easily tackle your 3D problems. We can kind of look at it from a different perspective, from a different dimension, and have, let's say, a better outcome, a better reward when we do that. All righty. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back here. Do, 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 do. Susie said, my mom thought of naming me Tuesday after Tuesday Weld, old actress. I would have liked that better. Well, Tuesday would be better than Wednesday. I said, darn it. So said Susie, I knew a girl at school named Tuesday after Tuesday Weld. Wow. And it says, I was born on a Wednesday. I'd love the name Wednesday. um, and Susie said, KWT fam, 10 of cups. Yes. And Susie said, Lisa, ding, ding, ding. I was born on a Wednesday too. Wow. See, so many synchronicities here. It says, it is a rare day to be born statistically. Really? Interesting. Susie is May 31st, 1972. And Silver Star got the Three of Wands. The right wave will come in. Patience will pay off your happiness with good friends, and close relationships will elevate you. Don't let the subconscious program and what you can't see deter you. That is a beautiful message. And Lisa is December 24th, 1969. December, baby. Shadowlands is off doing laundry. Susie said, I love December babies. My son is December 30th. Excellent. Well, I'm right there just before summer hits. I'm June 10th. So it's usually around June 21st is like the first day of summer. So I've always been a summer baby, little sun worshiper. I gotta have my heat. I gotta have a hot rock for me to go do push-ups on right next to the lizards, you know? So uh, Lisa said, Susie, that's lovely. He's a cappy. Yep. June 10th. Shadowlands is gonna break out the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot. Hey, there you go. Kind of going along with all these December babies in here. All right. So let's take a look at the special question. So I mentioned that before, that there is a poll that you can vote on every week if you guys are interested. And that is the question that I'll answer during our live chat. So it seemed like this was almost unanimous. 60 some percent of the votes for my YouTube members, 60 some percent for my Patreon group, 60 some percent for the public poll, all wanted this particular question. So, okay, you guys ready? And I try to pick based off of kind of what the collective's all talking about and, feeling and, stuff like that. So Silver Star said, my daughter was born June 19th, right before the summer solstice. That is freaking awesome. I'm trying to think, June 19th. That's right around my grandmother's birthday because both my grandmothers, my Nana and my grandma, they're born pretty close to each other and they're all June. Like almost all the women in the family are Geminis. It's pretty cool. So Geminis in my fam. Um, Actually, I was born on my grandfather's birthday, my dad's birthday. But he was born 81 years before me. So Silver Star said, on Father's Day, too, I told everyone she's waiting till Father's Day. That is so sweet. All right. Okay. Are you guys ready for the special question? Here we go. What is being hidden from us regarding the recent UFOs? What is being hidden from us from the recent UFOs? And I say it in quotation marks because there's been speculation that those weren't UFOs at all, but they were man-made and that they were not really shot down. And some people are saying, no, it really was UFOs. And some people say that, they've had connection to the Galactic Federation. They learned some information. And so there's all this talk. So let's see what messages we get regarding that. Let's let's put in our higher selves 2 cents. Um, yeah, Susie's a lie in. And Shadowland says, I got the Emperor Empress helmet. Ooh. And Susie said that Heather is a beautiful, fierce Aries. Yes. I always love Susie's cheeky ways of writing things out for us. Okay. So what is being hidden from us regarding the recent UFOs? All right. What deck do I want to use for that? You know what? Let's use Wally's World. Wally's always got something good for us. Okay, so for that, I'm going to use the Wally's World, but I think I'm see if anything comes through for channeling. We'll see. All right, so this is the back of my deck here. Nice little gold trim. Ooh, speaking of gold, by the way, tomorrow we have another channeling video coming out for you guys. And this time we channeled ancient Egypt. There were quite a few people that were asking if I could channel certain pharaohs, if I could channel Queen Nefertiti, if I could channel the pyramids. So we just went with ancient Egypt and we decided to see what popped up with some questions that James and I put together. So if you guys are interested, definitely go check that out tomorrow. Susie said, gorgeous deck. Loves hers. The Music Oracle. Hey, hey, Merry Meets. Diamond say, hey, Tarot. Hello, everyone. Using intuition and the tarot weight. Excellent. You guys use that higher self. Susie said, Caitlin is the Music Oracle. Yes. First she was dancing and now she is music. But you know what? We dance to music, so that's good too. Okay. All right, Wally. Looks like Wally has a card for us. And if you're just popping in, if you're just joining us in the chat, we are answering the special question, the poll that was on the YouTube channel on the community page. And it was, what is being hidden from us regarding the recent UFOs? So let's take a look into that. Shadowlands of the night before Christmas, Emperor is Santa. Interesting. And Silver Star welcoming in all the people that are coming in. All right. All right, so we have this lovely path. If I remember correctly, this was in New Zealand. This picture that was taken, because this is a community deck, so a lot of people were submitting their sacred spots, or yeah, sacred sites and sacred spots for this deck. So let's dive into this one. What is being hidden from us regarding the recent UFOs? I guess Raven spoke before me, but I'm just gathering the information. As the I want to say the world, physical world, is not crumbling. Um, it's our perception of the world and how we perceive every being, everything within this world. And that's due to the consciousness shift within the planet itself, but also with the beings and entities that reside on this planet. And there always have been energies from different dimensions coming onto this dimension, this third dimension. But they come from different dimensions. So it is harder to see them in the 3D realm with our human eyes. Oftentimes, when people see what we would consider alien or foreign energies in this dimension, it is usually with the third eye or with the higher self. And so I just see kind of somebody stirring the cake batter. And what it looks like is there is a mixture of the fourth dimension and beyond being seen by many within this dimension. And those we could say are alien. But many of our higher selves are alien as well, just meaning foreign, meaning coming from different planes of existence, or perhaps even different planets. And then I was being shown the United States. Just like the United States is often seen as a melting pot, meaning people from all over the globe come into the United States. Even our mother tongue is a mixture of many different languages. So too is the human race. You can see Earth as the melting pot, mixture of organic and the inorganic, the physical and the non-physical. Those that wish to control our perception on this plane of existence, how we view things with our human eyes, and even how we are viewing things with our third eye, they're wishing to control. If they want to make themselves appear powerful, they must make themselves look like they're more powerful than things that we don't even understand at a human level. They could fabricate a false UFO, so to speak, and then shoot down their own creation in order for that group of people to appear tough, strong, trust us. But also knowing that some consciousnesses aren't ready to see beyond their two human eyes. There's more than just one reason, but most of it is for control. And although, yes, many are beginning to see more and more beyond the third dimension into the fourth dimension and beyond, and what they might consider UFOs or alien sightings, it's mixed in with deception. But as we say, the matrix is crumbling. And so it has become harder even to blur the vision from our human eyes. The curtain will drop to the ground. It will fall. And even with the reality staring every being in the face, due to our human perception, everyone will perceive it differently. Everyone will be at different levels of acceptance of the reality presented to them. But more and more, people will talk about what they've seen. Those who consider themselves more logic than higher selves will talk about what they have seen. And no amount of deception will stop it. Whew. Ooh, it got cold around here. What happened? Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. The sun went away. What the heck? Wow. Okay, let me just warm back up here. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit left of my cold tea. Okay, let me look at your comments. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go back here. See what you guys got. Silver Star says, okay, I got the Six of Pentacles and Seven. Imagery is that they're hiding the flying saucers and they're growing concern because it's amplifying to an accelerated rate to where they're not going to be able to hide it. Wow. And Diamond got the Hangman in reverse. Silver Star is also pointing out the beautiful raven. And the music oracle says, I admit I've seen a UFO. Susie said the portals ripped with the nuke, they come in. Wow, this is not the first time in history. Definitely not. Shadowland says mine is about ego, id, and higher self. Diamond said nothing political involvement, just military Ackermans. Crazy Bunny Lady said, I got the Hermit, the World, and the Seven of Cups for this. And Susie said, X marks the spot, eclipses across America. 99 red balloons, wink, wink. Silver Star says they want to control the narrative. The music oracle says, truthfully, why would aliens visit us? We're a crumbling, ego-driven species doomed to extinction at any moment. Silver Star said, absolutely. Lisa's like 99 red balloons. Music oracle says, I would think if any, they'd stay away from us. Susie said, Matrix. Matrix. Yes. See, you're so clever. Susie says, I love the star diamond. And then Crazy Bunny Lady was responding to the music oracles as maybe they'd be curious to witness our last moments, write down what not to do with their planet and civilization. And Shadowland says, another new tarot deck for me is the Anime Tarot. Nice. Actually, I bought that for my friend's family for Christmas. I still have to give it to them. Diamond said the star card upright, advancement in technology. Music Oracle said maybe. Yes, the sun is hidden now. Well, that just goes along with what we just said. Susie said a lot of information coming in. Gemini card pulled earlier. Mental clarity. And Shadowland says, I sent you a picture of my 3-card pull from Nightmare Before Christmas via Insta. Excellent. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, just kind of going off of what I've tapped into before, you know, a lot of even my people in my family have said, oh, well, what do aliens want with our planet? And the thing is, many of us are technically aliens, you know, our higher selves, you know, and if they're not a third dimensional, many of these species or groups of energies are not third dimensional like we are, or at least our bodies are, not the spirit inside. Many of them would be kin to many of us, and they might be coming in to help, some of the higher selves that we are, some of the spirits that we are. So they're not technically alien, they're family for some people. For others, they might be trying to kind of help out the ascension process or the awakening process here on this planet. Yes, maybe some are observing and reporting, kind of what went on with this Earth experiment and kind of keeping tabs on that. But since we come from so many different places, at least our higher selves do, and we're all kind of here on this planet, I would think that a lot of our family, our star families, are kind of coming to help and watch. And maybe some will have good intentions, some maybe not so good intentions. Some are maybe helping to keep the matrix alive, and some maybe are just trying to get what they can from our energy, or what they can get from this planet, physically or non-physically. I mean, it seems like there's more than just one answer. Seems like there's so many factors, so many perspectives, so many entities from so many different dimensions. Um, that yeah, I don't think we could just explain it with saying, well, this is the one reason why they might be here, and it's more than just one they. It's a lot of theys. So let's see. Um, Susie said that is a beautiful message, Tara. And the music oracle said probably the best alien movies I've seen is Spaceballs. I would say that's a fun movie. John Candy is such a talent. Yeah, he was definitely an amazing actor. I had a lot of my mom had a lot of his VHS tapes. um, so wow, okay, all right, there definitely something to maybe chit chat about in the walk and talk. Okay, I want to go on to the viewer's choice and have you guys vote on that. And yes, Susie, many perspectives, definitely. What I've liked doing is grabbing questions from you guys and then us voting on those two questions. So if you have a question you think that we could all benefit from, um, let us know. So I'll just take the first two questions, I'll write them down, and then we'll vote on them. So we'll still do our red votes and our green votes, like red hearts, for the first question, green hearts for the second question. Um, but let's see here. Lisa said Spaceballs rocks. Says, yeah, I miss John Candy. Yes, I like when we go ludicrous speed. Your Schwartz is bigger than mine. Silverstar said, underground beings are coming to light. They have been hidden from us for a long time. There's a death to those paradigms. It's all coming out in due time. Exactly. Exactly. Not a everything always in right timing, as many Buddhist traditions would say. Susie said, John Candy, rest in peace. Love his comedy too. Yep. Music Oracle says, how do we improve Social Security benefits? All right. On here, so do you mean Social Security for as in like money, or as in our security as people? But that could be a good question we can write down. Oh, Shadowlands owns Spaceballs on DVD next. Nice. And Silverstar said, what can we do to shift our perspective? Oh, okay. Those will be our two questions then. Money mainly. Okay. So let's write that down. Hold on, let me look at your words so I don't mess up your words. Okay, how do we improve Social Security benefits? Okay, and that one is from Caitlin. And the second one is from Heather. How can we, or what can we do to shift our perspective? What can we do to shift our perspective? Shift our perspective. All right. Okay, you guys, thank you for those who offered up questions. We'll go ahead and vote on them then. Susie said, Caitlin, I used to be a paralegal. I will recommend a free YouTube channel on the mundane level. All right. Okay, so First question, this one comes from Caitlin. If you like this question, go ahead and vote with a red heart emoji. Or if you aren't near your cell phone and you're at a computer, just type the words red heart. And the question is, how can we improve Social Security benefits? How can we improve Social Security benefits? And she was speaking from the money perspective. All right. Question number 2. If you like this question, vote with a green heart emoji, or if you're at the computer, type the words green heart. And this one comes to us from Heather. Thank you, Heather. What can we do to shift our perspective? What can we do to shift our perspective? Okay, so I'll go over them again, do a little Jeopardy music, and then you guys go ahead and start voting. So for a red heart emoji, how do we improve the Social Security benefits? For a green heart emoji, what can we do to shift our perspective? All right, what can we do to shift our perspective? All right, a little Jeopardy. Here we go. Voting is already taken off. Do 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 do. All right, so it looks like a lot of votes have come in. Hold on, let me get up in here. Silver Star said it is 1117 with the 711 and the 117s again. Yes, and just earlier for Liesel, it was 1717, which are all ours. And Susie said, great questions, both of you. Thank you. All right, so we have red and green coming in from the Music Oracle. Let's do reds first. So Music Oracle had red in. Okay, so let's look into the greens. We have Music Oracle also had green. Susie with a green, Lisa with a green, Crazy Bunny Lady with a green, Shadowlands with green, Susie green. All right. Silver Star says both are good questions. Can't decide. Call me indecisive. All right. So it looks like it's going to be the greens. All right. So this is Heather's question. What can we do to shift our perspective? Susie said this part is so rough for me. Okay. So we got the greens. Hold on. I'm going to zip up my sweater again. Like maybe it's because my feet are hanging out in the snow. Maybe because I'm cold. I don't know. I'm like, why am I cold? Sits with feet in snow. Anywho, let's just zip this up here. Okay. Susie's like, I mean that sincerely. Yes. Um, Music Oracle says you must not be disabled. Actually, I have quite a few family members that are on disability. Some have been on disability since the early 90s, actually. Um, oh, yes. So Susie was just talking about, yes, counting. Susie's always talking about, she gets lost in the counting, as do I. So then, I don't know, somewhere between the both of us, we always figure out how many greens and how many reds there were. Yes, it does scroll too fast. All right. Let's see. What deck do I want to use here? You know what? Let's use my beautiful art study, the little playing cards deck from the 50s. Okay, we'll put this here. What can we do to shift our perspective? Silver Star says, Jiminy Crickets, I just pulled 3 cards of balance. Nice. Okay, let's pull a card here. What can we do to shift our perspective? What can we do to shift our perspective? Okay. Just put these back in the box so they don't, just in case we get some wind, they don't blow away. All right, we have the 3 of diamonds, which is like the 3 of pentacles. And Silver Star was talking about pulling 3 cards of balance. And this is also speaking to me of balance, but also working together and just kind of tapping into what this lady is trying to tell us here. Okay, let's go into this. So first of all, also when I think of threes, I think of it as people working together, but then I also think of in the Mayan numerological perspective, It's about difficulties, and difficulties help us to get more creative with how we perceive things and how we do things so that we can do things better. We can get better at things. So it's not meant to hinder us, but more to help us improve on things. So let's see what this means altogether. Yeah, so it's definitely where my intuition was going anyway, so that's good. Thank you, intuition. Thank you, higher self. Um, it's it does indeed feel wonderful when we tap into the higher self and things are just going swimmingly and things seem to just be flowing. We're just in that flow in the 3D realm. Money's just working how it should be, or at least how we feel it should be. Problems are just, seem to effortlessly be solving themselves. We're having a great time. Things are swimming, moving along. We're on our little ship and we're just moving along, making great headway. But it's hard to have a differing perspective on anything if everything is going well for us. Because why would you look outside of things if everything's going well? If your, let's say, relationships are going well, your romantic relationships, your friendships, your coworker relationships, if all of that's going well, why would we look into anything else? Why would we look outside of that then? If, let's say, our finances are going well, or our job is going well, or things are going well at home, why would we look outside? We'd say, everything's great. I don't need to work on anything here. And I continue moving along. But it's not until we hit a roadblock that everything comes to a halt. And we have to stop and take a look at it. There is no, nope, everything's great. I'm just going to move along. It's now something has to be done. Something's wrong here. Something, I want to move forward, but somebody's dropped the anchor. I can't move. What's wrong here? And this is when we shift our perspective, because our logic mind, our ego mind, will try to figure out all the ways around this boulder or all the ways we can get the anchor back up onto the ship. And when that doesn't work, then we start tapping into the higher self. Okay, higher self, I can't get around this problem, or I'm having this issue in my relationship, or I'm having a problem with my finances, or, there's an issue at work. How do I get around this? And that's when we start looking at avenues and paths that our ego could never fathom. And when we get creative in that fashion, we start learning more about the reason that boulder was placed there in the first place. We start looking at the people in the situation differently. We start looking at ourselves differently. And then we also realize in these situations how much power we actually have. It's hard to see how strong you've gotten or how much you've grown if you're never tested. If we take this to a gym and people are pumping iron all day long, getting strong, getting muscles, they know how much they've grown by the amount of weight they were able to lift from last week to this week. But if those muscles are never tested, you don't know how strong you've gotten. This is not to say that we're talking about physical muscles, but we're talking about our spiritual growth, our growth as human beings. We never know how much we've grown unless we get tested. So the test isn't there as a punishment, but more for us to see what we've done and how well we've done and how we can do even better and how we can grow as people, how we can grow as spirit. And we start to have more compassion for ourselves. We start to have more compassion for the people around us because we start to look at them from a higher perspective. They become not our enemies, but our teachers. They become people just like us who are just trying to get past their own boulders. They're also trying to look at things from a different perspective. So, in order to shift our perspective, we need to have obstacles. We need to have what some in the gym would call time under tension for us to grow, for us to expand, for us to find talents that we didn't even know existed within us until an opportunity came for those talents to shine. All right. Thank you, lady. Wow. All right. Dude, I'm taking notes on that one for myself. Wow. My goodness. Thank you, Heather, for helping us come up with that question or for giving us that question. All right. Let's see. Let's look back. Your messages. Music Oracle said, I felt called to pull from the earth map and got love, compassion. And Susie said, Caitlin, love that Pisces new moon, 11:05 p.m. PAC tonight for most of tomorrow, compassion. And Silva Star said, yes, working together is what I got to. Balanced energy is needed to proceed forward, and we can't separate us from them dynamic. We need unity. Exactly. And Diamond said, Susie, let me know about that free YouTube legal advisory channel, of course, for other kittens, weights, and tarot lives. Yes. And Susie said, that would be great, Diamond. If you want to type a suggestion, I will look for the link. Silverstar has chills big time. Thank you for the link, Susie. It says this is a legit free channel, Caitlin and Diamond. Awesome. Thank you so much, Susie, for posting that. This is beautiful, Tara. I will play that back again later. This is wowza. Dana, what up, girl? Music Oracle says the question I wanted to ask you, Tara, was if you could channel two higher selves at once. You know what? I don't know. I've never tried. So maybe that's something I should try. I don't know unless I try, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's something that maybe I would we'll try to do off camera first and then maybe do it on camera. Yay, everybody's saying hello to Dana. Shadowland says, I'm gonna do some sun gazing today. I do actually, James and I do that as well. We usually do that around sunset over here. Hopefully we get a sunset today. I don't know about today, but hopefully. Dana is saying hello to everybody. Susie said, great question. So awesome. So awesome. All right, you guys. Okay, so we've come to the point in our chat where we could do super chats and super stickers. So what those are, there's a little money symbol at the bottom of the chat, I believe. I don't know. It's hard for me to see because I'm on a cell phone. But if you're at a computer, and some of you guys on the cell phone might be able to see it, it stands for super chats and super stickers. So it's a donation. And so I do donation readings. So it's whatever you feel comfortable with. There is no set amount or anything. And what I do is I pull a card, or for the most part, sometimes I just channel the answer to your question. So just for little questions here and there. So if you guys are interested in a super chat or a super sticker, I'd be more than happy to do that. Otherwise, we're going to go on to our healing and actually have a little guided meditation for you guys. It's something that I also do with my Patreon group, and I do that once a month. I kind of do a bigger kind of guided meditation with them. But I like to do that here as well. And so I was thinking of using my drum, and then I was thinking of using my tongue drum. And my higher self was like, no, we're just going to go into a straight like guided meditation. For the most part, it's pretty quiet out here, so you guys would have silence. I mean, there is some dinging in the background, but that's James, and he's playing with our targets back there. But I don't think it should be too bothersome. Okay, so I think for this, so that I could have good communication, I would like to hold on to my tiger tail chrysocolla, just so that we have the best and clearest meditation for us. So I'm going to pull a little card from, let's do the Invisible Light Tarot. Oh, looks like, hold on. We have some, oh, hey, we got some readings to do first. Okay, well, actually, you know what? Let's use the Invisible Light Tarot for some of those readings. Okay, hey, let's pull this out. Put this up here, and I'll keep this in my lap again, so I have some good communication. Okay, So Silver Star, thank you for your 8 months of membership. It says, "For whomever needs a message, pay it forward." All right. Thank you. So Silver Star is willing to pass her, reading forward. So if anybody would like to take her up on that offer, afterwards we have Shadowlands. So I'll definitely do Shadowlands as well. Um, Susie said, also, can you find Tara on Kittens, Weights, and Tarot for a private reading? Yes. So www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. That is my little shop, and you can go check out all the different readings I have. I have everything from $10 readings on up, so like one card readings, all the way to hour-long readings, depending on what you want. Oh, and then we have Liesel as well, and she's also paying it forward. Oh my God, you guys are so sweet. No, you guys really truly are amazing. So Heather and Liesel have so kindly left it open. So if there's somebody that would like to take Heather up or Liesel up on their offer to get a one card reading right now, let them know. Now I'll do a reading for you. So I'll pull a card, but of course I kind of like pull cards slash channel. So um, let's see. Music Oracle said, "Thank you, Tara. My mom and grandma have been trying to reach out from the other world. Could you tell me what messages they have for me?" Sure. All right. So Caitlin taking Heather up on her offer. Again, thank you, Heather, for doing that for everybody. That was freaking awesome. And then also, if anybody wants to take Liesel up on her offer, go ahead and let me know. And then we have Shadowlands as well. Um, Susie said, "That is so lovely of you both. Thank you, thank you." Okay, so you said it was your mom and your grandma. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and pull a card. And Caitlin, I know you say you love music and dancing and all of this. Oftentimes when I receive my messages, it is through music, just because that's just how I get a lot of my messages. So oftentimes I hear songs or I hear song lyrics. Um, and it seems like, hold on. Okay. I know I've heard this song before. I'm so sorry I don't know it's either from the late 50s or the early 60s. Do-lang, do-lang, do-lang. It's in his eyes. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And I'ma make him mine. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't know the rest of the words, but I know that's just like the tune that's stuck in my head. So if that means something to you, kind of take that, or if you actually know what song that is, maybe look up the lyrics or maybe the title of the song. There's usually messages about that in there. Okay. Now I got that song just playing in my head. I haven't heard that song in a long time though. My dad used to listen to the oldie station because my dad is an oldie. So actually, you know what? My dad's gonna be 73 in April, or 73, 83 in April. It's just knocked a decade off my dad. No, my dad's going to be 83 in April. All right, so we have the Knight of Fire. All right, Caitlin, it looks like this lady here is just casting off her clothes. She says, "I don't need this." Uh, Share the Shoop Shoop song. It's in his kiss. Um, Maybe it might be that one, perhaps. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Um, Caitlin, this feels it's a similar message, but not the same message. And I'm remembering Dana's message actually from the live chat last week, where I don't know, something about her message was like wearing tons of clothes and the clothes wearing us down, but it wasn't physical clothes. It was the things that we pile upon ourselves. But it's just the same kind of imagery I'm being shown, just kind of a different message from your mother and your grandmother. Actually, this is more your mother than your grandmother. And your mom was just kind of showing you, as you kind of go along, you tend to take on a lot of things that don't necessarily need to be yours, like taking on other people's energy or taking on, let's say, issues that you hear about, and you kind of take it on yourself, which probably means that you're an empath, meaning you soak things up like a sponge, and sometimes you may not even realize it. Um, and she's saying that's something that she also was able to do. She didn't know about empaths or she didn't know about any of that stuff. But now that she's a spirit, she definitely knows about it. But she's saying it's like we go into a crowd and whatever is ailing those people in the crowd, whether it's something that they're worrying about or some physical ailment they have, whatever it is that is kind of a detriment to the people around you, you kind of take it on yourself unknowingly. So it's like wearing everybody's jackets, more jackets, more jackets, more jackets, until you get to the point where your own energy, your own physical well-being, and your own emotional well-being are just so bogged down. And you may feel like, oh, it's my body that's doing something to me, or something is punishing me. And she's saying it's something that occurred to her as well. She says a little bit of, your grandmother, but she says it seems to be kind of a trend in the family. We just tend to take everybody's stuff on ourselves, and then we think it's our problems and we think it's our issues, and oftentimes it's not. Yes, we have problems of our own, but we can't take on everybody else's problems as well. And so she's saying something she wished she knew how to do, but you can do because you're still in a physical body where she is not, is start to pinpoint where a lot of the emotions that you're feeling are coming from, the physical pains that you have, where are they actually stemming from? She said, yes, there is a 3D reason for it. Like, let's say somebody has diabetes. Yes, we can say the diabetes came from da 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 da. But where is that actually stemming from? Where is the core energy coming from that it's manifesting itself in the physical body? She's saying if you have anxiety, yes, we could say the anxiety is coming from, the a job or something, but where is it actually energetically coming from? So we can nip it in the bud. It could be the anxiety of others, of 50, 60, 70 other people that you've taken on. Now you feel that you have anxiety when really it was 60 other people's different anxieties. So she's saying, with that same ability that you have to connect to me and to connect to spirit, connecting outside of your physical self, use that same ability to start pinpointing all of the things that are weighing you down. And you may realize that a lot of that doesn't belong to you. And when you realize that, she says you can release that. And that's something that she wishes she was able to do as a mom, but she just wasn't aware that that could exist. And she said, in spirit, in meditation, at any time, you can definitely call on her. And she says, if you need help, this is what we're here for. But she's pretty confident that you already know what you have to do. All right. Awesome. Caitlin, you have some nice family on the other side. Very nice ladies, by the way. I mean, your mom was doing most of the talking, but your grandma was nice too. Um, let's see here. Is MJ in the house? What up? Says, I just lost my Doberman. A message from him. Thank you. Oh, wow. So sorry to hear that. MJ, I guess you'd be taking Liesel up on her offer then, possibly. Thank you, Liesel, again for putting that out there for everybody. And Heather, thank you, thank you. Um, or wait, let's go back here. So hold on, hold on. I need, maybe I need to go farther back on your comments. Um, oh, Dana. Dana was asking Lisa if she could have the card pull. Shadowlands was standing in the way of my spirituality. Okay, so it looks like I'm sorry, going back into the comments, Dana was first to take Liesel up on the offer. So thank you again, Liesel, for doing that. So yeah, Susie pointed that out as well. Sorry. This is Dana was first, but super chat is still available. Yes, you guys, definitely. And everybody welcoming in MJ. This is Silver Star says oldie but a goodie. And the music oracle said Gran was born the same year as Cher. She loves her. Wow. Okay, so Susie said next is Shadowlands, then Dana. All right, I gotcha. Thank you, Susie. Music oracle says yes, I'm definitely an empath. Journal de Femme Moderne and Spiritual Steph. What up? You guys, this is my Belgian sister from another mister. You guys, Steph is here. Oh my gosh, you know what? I was thinking, I wonder if Steph's coming into the chat today. Seriously, I was thinking that this morning. That is my bestest friend in the whole wide world, you guys. That's my sister. Yeah, so Susie is letting Steph know that I was definitely drinking her tea earlier. Yes. Music Oracle says, yes, Gran took care of her mom. Mom took care of her Gran, and I took care of mom. Aw, mom and Gran were both diabetic. Wow. You're very welcome. So yes, Steph is here. Lots of hugs to Music Oracle. All right, Shadowlands. Shadowlands is next. Again, yes, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Heather. Steph's like, yes, I'm here, my love. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Shadowlands, let me go back and see what her question was. Do, do, do. I don't know if I saw Shadowlands' question. So Shadowlands, if you could just put your question, or if you just wanted a general message, let me know as well. I'll just kind of get a little chilly around here without the sun. Steph, we had some like sun here earlier. It was actually really warm. Now it's like gross and nasty and chemtraily and what the heck, man? What the deuce, you know? Okay, so yeah, just waiting on Shadowlands question, and then we'll get to Dana. And hold on, let me see. I forgot. I'm just trying to get everybody in order here. Diamond said, glad for the live stream. It's helpful to know. Yay. All right. So Shadowlands, my question was, what's standing in my way of growing spiritually? All right. Let's take a look at that. Music Oracle says, mom died last November. She was 57. Gran died in 2012. She was 66. Oh my goodness. They were so young. Well, they appear to be doing very well on the other side. They're definitely both together. So, and a lovely energy, by the way. Very caring energy. So, very nice. All right. So, Shadowlands, what is standing in the way of you growing spiritually? Okay. Standing in the way. Okay. Music Oracle says that's a relief. All right. Okay, Shadowlands, let's take a look. What's standing in the way of growing spiritually? Okay, let's put this here. We got the 6 of air. Woo! That intellect, mental energy. Let's tap into it though, Shadowlands. Distraction. I keep seeing so much distraction. And they're showing me, and the way I see things is kind of like a movie strip. That's how I get my intuition. That's music. You know, I hear things, and then I also see it like a movie strip. And so I'm seeing like the movie of Shadowland, like her character sitting down and wants to do like, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to get in touch with my higher self, and I'm going to bring all these downloads in, and I'm going to grow and expand. But then the telephone rings. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me just, I'm going to put on off my meditation for just a second. I have to go grab the phone, and then the phone call, and then they put hang up the phone, go back. Okay, I'm gonna get into my meditation. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna connect to my higher self. Oh, you know, somebody's calling for me. Outside the door. Hold on, I'll get back to my meditation. It's like all of these distractions, and although that's not maybe how it actually looks. It's kind of how your higher self is trying to show it, where you have the best of intentions to want to really dive in deep and to want to grow and expand, and you want to know more, and you want to get more downloads. You listen to all these different YouTube channels, and you want to learn about all these different types of spirituality and understanding and knowledge, and esoteric knowledge, and you're trying to bring it all in. But at the same time, the ego mind is trying to find all the ways to distract you from having the time to really let all that information sink in. So it's trying to bring in all this 3D stuff of, oh, don't forget you got to do something with your friend over here, or don't forget you got to go, do something with, work over here. Oh, don't forget you got to go clean the house. Don't forget you got to go, do something with the boyfriend. Don't forget you got to do this and this and this and this. And before you know it, weeks have passed, and that thing that you promised, oh, I want to journal about, has passed, and you forgot what it is you even wanted to journal about. And so your higher self is saying, when you feel the distractions coming on, when it seems like the muggle world, I was actually going to say the muggle world, the 3D world, seems like it's distracting you. I think when it becomes a distraction, you're like, wait a minute, there's like way too much happening. All of a sudden, when I wanted to have some spiritual time for myself, it seems like all of a sudden all of this is happening. That's when you're like, okay, wait a minute. Is my ego inventing ways for me to get distracted? Um, and what is it that I'm just about to understand that my ego doesn't want me to understand, which is why it's finding ways for me to get distracted. So, whenever you feel all of these distractions coming up, that's when you need to take a pause and say, you know what, precedence is going to be given to my higher self first, because it seems like I'm just on the cusp of really understanding something and getting a download about something, which is why all this distraction is coming. So that means that needs to truly come first. And yes, your higher self's like, I know you live in a 3D world. I know the 3D world lives on linear time, and you have all these things to do. Yes, but also know that the 3D world is not the only world that exists, and you can mess with time however you want. You can sort of shift things so it's not on that particular timeline where everything needs to get done all at once. And you can do that by going back and giving the higher self the attention that it needs. That download, that thing that you're just on the cusp of understanding, is right there. So, yeah, I'm like having a conversation with your higher self right now. Yes, I agree with your higher self. The ego does play its tricks, and it's not that it's malicious. The ego doesn't have it out for us. Actually, it's quite the opposite. The ego is trying to protect us. It's just that it has a limited point of view. And so, in its attempt to try to protect us, it inadvertently is hindering us and hurting us. Okay, so yeah, six of air here. I hope that helps, Shadowlands. I hope that resonated. Let me see. Let me go back here to some of your um, questions here. Shadowlands said no. Oh, no problem. Oh, I see. Um, and Silver Star says, driving to work, so lurking. Lurk away, my girl. Lurk away. All right. So after Shadowlands, we have Dana. Okay. All right. So Silver Star is wishing, or sorry, Susie is wishing Silver Star safe travels. Shadowlands says it kind of is. There are all these physical distractions. Wow. And Diamond said, nice way to make friends. Have a great Sunday and touch base next week. Have a resolution with healing and core values, or had a revelation with healing core values. Wow, excellent. Well, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Sunday, Diamond. Lisa is saying drive safe. Bye, Diamond. New moon blessings to you. Yes. Um, Caitlin loves the Harry Potter references. Susie said, Somewhere in Time is a great 70s film. Exactly. Caitlin said, That's the Christopher Reeves movie, right? Mom loved that movie. All right. Dana said, My dad has been on my mind so much the last few days. Emotional for me. I feel like he's trying to tell me something. Well, let's definitely check in then. Yeah, let's do that. Lisa has to check out the film. And Sunny is here. Hey, hey. Sorry, my eyes get kind of blurry when I'm doing some kind of deep channeling. So it's like Silver Star said, powerful message. Okay, Dana, she has a question about her dad. All right. Um, Sunny, sure. I'm doing super chats and super stickers. So if you would like to ask a question, just go ahead and hit that super chat or super sticker. All right. Oh, MJ, excellent. So we will go into MJ right after Dana. So Dana is looking for a message from her dad. All right, so let me tap in real quick. Hey, Dana is so interesting. Like I was telling Caitlin about hearing music. It was like I was seeing, like first I was hearing like military men like stomping and like how they all say things in unison, like when they're out jogging or something like that. um and then all of a sudden I was hearing that like old Kanye West song, Jesus walks with me, Jesus walks with me, so there's like that song playing, but also I hear all the military men, which are actually in the song too, but um I don't know, it just kind of sounded like marching, and I don't know. So anyway, that's popping in. Don't know what that means for you, but let's pull a card then. All right. Let me just go back here. MJ, Susie said, oh yeah, for MJ. So we'll definitely get that as well. It is very hard to lose an animal. I do know that. Okay. Let's go, Dana. Let's go, Dana. Let's go. Let's go, Dana. Let's go. All right, Dana, we have the Four of Earth, which is akin to the Four of Pentacles. Steph also sending her condolences to MJ. All right. Okay. There's all I keep hearing is military men like speaking in unison, but and it's just in the background. But your dad was talking about how to understand the difference between loving yourself and being selfish. And he says that's something that he struggles with and something that perhaps you might struggle with as well. And he said perhaps maybe understanding it from my perspective might help your perspective. So he says, although maybe he doesn't understand the terms of like a self love and all of this, he says it was like taking time out for myself and just doing things that I knew were good for my overall well being, for my health, for my sanity. I might say, "Oh, that's being selfish. It's taking time away from my family, and it's not giving them the love they deserve." And so he would push off a lot of stuff for himself to the end. That if everybody was in line to get love, he'd be the last in line to get love for himself. He said, because I figured I'm a man, I can take it. you know, I, I don't need um, all of the love and care that I know other people need. He said, but that didn't do wonders for my health. It didn't do wonders for my mental health or my emotional health. And so there were other times where, because he was in such a need of self care, didn't offer himself the love he needed, he ended up doing things that were actually selfish with the family, meaning doing things that I thought the family needed right this minute. Like, I got to make the money, and I got to make sure that there maintains a roof over their head. I got to make sure that everybody is clothed, everybody is well, everybody is doing well in school. I got to make sure all of these things, because of all the anxiety that was building up in him, all of the worry, all of the things that weren't being looked at and healed. He's saying because of a lack of self-care, he started projecting that onto his family and perhaps being a lot harder than he feels he had to have been. And so seemingly coming across as doing things selfishly. And so he says it's when he wasn't taking time for the self, that turned into what looked like things becoming selfish, if that makes sense. And he's saying it's something that he feels like you're perhaps struggling with at the moment, is how do I find that balance between what looks like feeling selfish to me, but actually taking care of myself so that I can be more available and have more energy for the people that I love and the people around me. And he's feeling like that's a extremely important message at this time, is understanding self-care versus selfish, and how the two are interconnected. When one fails, another occurs. Very masculine energy, your dad. I know not every dad is like that, but it was just like a dad's dad, a type of energy. Um, what an awesome man. Yeah. Wow, Dana, thank you for letting me um, tap into him. Let's see. Let's go back to your comments. Uh, Uh, Caitlin had pulled this. I feel called to pull a card for you, and I got harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Wow, Michelle, hey, how are you? Silver Star says, I can't type, but I can't talk to text. I'm so sorry for your loss holding you. Yes, oh my goodness. And Dana said, yes, he really did. He died young. Wow. And Susie says, I wonder how Billy has been, and Sherry Bug. Shout out to them if they watch this back. Yes, I haven't heard from them actually in a long time. I hope they're doing well. Silver Star is wishing a happy new moon to everybody, by the way. And Lisa's letting Dana know that her father also died rather young. Dana says, I've been struggling with self care a lot the last year. Wow. Says my family and me. And I felt guilty taking time for me. And Caitlin says, the deck I used was the magical spell cards, by the way. And Dana said, my grandpa was in the military too. Well, I guess it would be the two men showing up, but it was like in the background was all the military stuff, but in the foreground was like your dad talking. Dana said, he is buried in a military graveyard. Oh, wow. So Lisa's sending big hugs to Dana. Michelle says, I only caught the end, but that's a beautiful and wise message. Dana said, he is beautiful. I am in so much gratitude. That message hit my soul deeply. Like I said, whenever I get to connect with anybody's spirits, like Caitlin's mom and grandma, and your father and apparently grandfather as well, um, it's amazing, and I really do appreciate being able to do that. So, thank you for letting me talk to them. That was it was awesome. Um, let's see, MJ, I know you've recently suffered a loss. So you said a message from your Doberman that recently passed away. And yes, I do love connecting with animals. So this is MJ has a question about the Doberman who had passed. Yes. And Dana said, thank you everyone for your hugs and love. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sending those to Dana and MJ as well. Because the loss of a pet can be extremely hard. Animal energy is just a beautiful, unique energy, and it can be very difficult when their physical body isn't here anymore. All right. So MJ, give me just a chance to connect to your Doberman. Okay, so MJ, the first kind of visual I was getting before I pull a card here was in my mind when I think of Dobermans, I always think of these like really like super smart, super just like obedience. They are like, maybe it's just because a lot of the ones I know were like extremely well trained. So it's like they sit when you tell them to sit, and they go fetch when you tell them to fetch. But it's like your Doberman was coming across as this kind of like goofball, like this Doberman who looks like so regal and so could be in some people's eyes almost kind of scary, but like a goofball, like silly, definitely a sense of humor, almost like running into things, like, and it was just like kind of like this, the energy. I guess I wouldn't expect just by how a Doberman looks, kind of thing. So that was it was kind of popping up, but I'll definitely pull a card. Music Oracle says, I was thinking about the song you channeled the last time I visited mom in the nursing home. I showed her a couple of Brian's interviews. It was about a couple weeks later. She took a turn. Oh my goodness. MJ says he was a total goofball. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that doesn't fit the profile of like how I think a Doberman is. I'm like, oh, okay. So not definitely not the attack dog people think a Doberman's to be. Okay. All right. We have the three of earth. Okay. Okay. So MJ, even though I don't know what you look like, your energy I see would be sitting on a couch. And this is more the message your dog trying to get across, perhaps something that didn't actually happen, but what your dog's trying to show you. You sitting on the couch, arm on the couch, and your energy obviously being very down at the moment because you're in mourning, you're sad. And so your dog not wanting to see you sad has kind of like shoved his pointy nose kind of underneath your arm to kind of lift up your arm and kind of doing that noise they make when they want to get your attention, kind of the whining like kind of noise, and giving you those sad puppy dog eyes, kind of like looking up at you like, what are you doing? Why are you so sad? Like what's going on? And then when you look down, it's like, hey, the backside just like all kinds of like wiggling, like, like whole body tail wag kind of thing going on. Like, hey, do we play now? Are you good now? Are you happy now? Like, are we all done with being sad? Like, let's go out and play. What a silly energy. So yeah, definitely always trying to find ways to cheer you up, not feeling or actually feeling responsible whenever you are feeling down or you are feeling sad. So I'm feeling like this message from your dog is like, look, I can still play, I still have fun, like I can still be a goofball. I don't need my physical body to continue being who I am. Like, I'm still here. You may not see me. I may not physically be running around the house, but that doesn't mean I'm still not running around the house. Doing things, running into things. I still have my sense of humor, and I still want to cheer you up. I still don't like seeing you sad. And he's showing one way he is trying to let you know that he's still there is to almost try his best to bump up against you. Kind of like with the whole body tail wag thing, like bumping you in the leg or even bumping his nose underneath your arm or your hand. So if you felt anything like that, he's just letting you know, I'm still here. Hello, I'm still here. I'm still, you could still talk to him, obviously. He's like, I'm still listening. Heck, you can even throw my toys around if you want. If it makes you feel better, it would make him, he wouldn't mind. In fact, he loves it when you talk to him. But yeah, he's definitely like looking at you like, are you all better now? Are you better now? Did I make you laugh? Did I make you smile? Okay, let's go play. So I think this is to show you that he's definitely still himself. Everything's fine. He just wants to make sure you're okay. And that's why I love talking to animals. They are the most selfless, sweetest energies I know. That next to children. um, and Jay said, that is so him. Caitlin said, worse. I think they're saying Brian is my soulmate. Oh, wow. This sounds like a blizzard. Silverstar says, just goes to show how good at a pet owner you are. Aw. MJ said, he always did that, the nudging with his nose. Silverstar said, aw, that is super sweet. It's a beautiful message today, as always. Thank you everyone for being here too. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you everyone who participated in the super stickers and super chats, and for Liesl and Heather for being so kind to kind of pass on their messages for people, their card pulls. I thank you for that, and for all the people that let me tap into those that have crossed over to the other side, especially animals. I thank you very much. MJ said, thank you so much. This is so needed. Like I said, it was nothing but silliness and goofiness on the other side. So his main concern is you, and I know it seems so reversed because we're always worrying about them, but they're always worrying about us. So all right, I thank you guys, and thank you for my YouTube members for your months of membership, and my patrons. Thank you, and all of my subscribers. And so I wanted to finish off with a little healing here. Like I said, I want to take you guys into a guided meditation. So if you want to stick around for the meditation, that would be lovely. You don't have to. Or you can always come back and rewatch this. That would be good too. But go ahead and get yourselves into a nice, comfortable space. So I'm gonna get myself nice and comfy here. You guys can lay down, you could sit down on the couch, whatever is comfortable for you. Go ahead and do that. If you're driving like Heather, but please don't meditate while you're driving. Please make sure you have stopped the car first. Heather said, thank you, Tara. You're such an amazing person. So grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Steph, you are in time for the healing. So that's good. Susie is open to the healing. Silver Star said, amazing group as always. I agree. Okay, you're at work now. Okay, you can meditate at work. It's fine. Steph said, thank you. All right, so you guys get nice and cozy. You can even lay back if you want to. Just let it all out. Whew. Let yourself go limp. Start to feel from the top of your head, down your spine, down your neck, your back. Oh, take a load off. Bring those shoulders down. Let those arms hang, feeling it down your hips and your legs, your calves. Your body does so much to keep you up and about all day long. Why don't you give it a relax right now? Let your body just chill for about 5 minutes. That's all we need for a little recharge. We're going to bring our awareness down in our relaxed state towards our breath. And if you wish, go ahead and take your right hand, place it over your heart. Take your left hand, place it on top of your stomach. And I want you to feel the movement in your body, the rise and fall of your chest. I want you to take a moment to show gratitude at these mechanisms, these operations that occur without thinking within your body. Your breath in and out, in and out, all by itself. Doesn't need any thought from the ego. The heart knows exactly what it needs to do. Beat, 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 without a second thought from the ego. The lungs know exactly how to expand for the amount of air that you're breathing in. They know how to contract for the amount of air that you release. Digestive system working as it should. The kidneys, the liver, your circulatory system, the brain and all of its synapses, the movement of your eyes, everything without thought, everything without thinking. And yet these systems continue to operate. They don't need stress. They don't need your worry. The oxygen doesn't need to be put on the to-do list of how to move within the body. The left and right ventricle of your heart don't need to be told when to open and close. They just do it. This magical machine, this vessel operating on its own. And the spark, the life behind it, is your soul. This entire body functioning without the ego program anywhere in sight. And as you continue to breathe in and out, you are reminded that if the soul can operate a vessel this intricately, what else can it do? How else is my soul working the world around me? How many other operations and systems are occurring without my ego giving a second thought to them? And at this moment, we ask our soul to step forward. In your mind's eye, picture your soul, however you want it to look like. Perhaps it looks like an animal, maybe a ball of light, a person. What you envision is for you. Continue breathing. And as you envision your higher self, you can ask it whatever question your heart desires. Your higher self knows the answer to everything that is within your best and highest good. Everything that will advance you on your journey. Everything that will help you in your spiritual growth on this plane of existence. All you have to do is ask. Then listen. Continue breathing. And whatever it is that you have envisioned your higher self to be, take this moment to recognize that that is you. You are that being. You are that being operating that vessel that you reside in. You are that being manipulating your environment. You are that being that is bringing in people into your sphere, letting others go. You are that being with knowledge beyond the third dimension. You. At this time, I want you to open your arms wide for the being in front of you that is you. Embrace the higher self that you have envisioned. And as you embrace, imagine your energy becoming locked in as one. Becoming one. Because that is who you are. Allow that energy to settle back into the body. Feeling into that infinite power, that omniscient, omnipotent power. The power that is connected to all and everything. Allow it to be felt from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And when you feel ready, start bringing your awareness back into the bed that you're laying on or the chair that you're sitting in. And your awareness coming back to the breath as you come back to this dimension, back into your vessel. And know that you can do this at any time on your own. All right, when you're ready, start wiggling those hands, those fingers, those toes. I might even crack my neck. All right, you guys. Whew. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for all of your input, all of your card pulls, all of your lovely messages. This has been freaking amazing. And I'm glad that I have this opportunity to do this here with you guys. So thank you. And thank you to everybody who did super chats and super stickers. Again, to all of my subscribers, my Patreon homies, my YouTube members. I thank you all, every one of you, and everybody that came into the chat today. Everybody's, oh, let me go back to your messages here. Caitlin said, I feel called to post an excerpt from PC book Wind Rider, page 82. There were still clouds in the sky, but they were more like ghosts uh, flitting past the moon, allowing silver light to shine through. That's beautiful. Steph says, you're amazing. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Uh, oh, Bear was with me. Oh, say Steph. I can't wait to message you later, by the way. Silverstar says, have a beautiful day, darlings. And Lisa, have a wonderful week, peeps. All right, you guys have an amazing week. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Hopefully the sun pops back out here today. I mean, hopefully. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'll catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.